What if I told you it was possible to do some of the amazing things some of your favorite superheroes did by doing something called raising your vibration? The intention of this video is to share tools that will elevate your consciousness and expand your powers of perception. I'm going to share 3 simple things that anyone can do to up-level their frequency. So for those of you that are unfamiliar with the terms vibration and frequency, let me break it down in terms of music. Everything is a frequency. The note A is vibrating a certain frequency, B is vibrating a certain frequency, B is higher than A, C is higher than B. Our emotions also vibrate at certain frequency ranges. So emotions like guilt, shame, fear are vibrating at the lower ends of the spectrum, and peace, love, and joy are vibrating at the higher ends of the spectrum. Now, that's not to say that some emotions are good and some emotions are bad, because they're all part of the human experience, and we're here to have a dynamic and diverse human experience. But just like you want to be intentional about how you're creating a song, you also want to be intentional when you're creating your life. So if you know how to shift into different energy states and emotional states, you're going to have a more harmonious and enjoyable experience. So what's good, fam? I'm Dijon, and here at Dharma Glow, we teach you how to live a liberated and luminous lifestyle so you can live a life that leaves a legacy of love. So my favorite tool that I use to manage my vibration is meditation. 99% of the time, the first thing I do in the morning is sit up in bed and do my Vedic meditation. I got trained in that by Light Watkins. It was through a weekend immersive training, and that was really cool, but you don't really even have to do that. If you just sit in bed and breathe deliberately, focusing on the inhale and the exhale and breathing all the way down to your diaphragm, you're gonna get a lot of benefit out of that. How much benefit? Well, it's actually an incredibly powerful tool because prana, or chi, or ashe, which is different cultural words for life force, all travel on the breath. So when we breathe consciously, we are charging our vessel, our human body, which is our vessel, with more life force energy. And if you think about it, everything we use needs to be charged up. This camera has batteries that need to be charged. Your phone or your computer needs to be charged. You can't use it infinitely. And we need to be charged also. So whether that's taking in high vibrational food or meditating, you have to plug into the source to get re-energized and revitalized. My second tip for you is to create before you consume. When you create before you consume, you're starting to shift your identity to be a creator first. So many of us maybe get on Instagram and start taking in information, but it's important to have stuff coming from the inside out. Because I would say that why we're actually here on earth is to be a conscious creator. If you think about God, you may have different definitions of what that means to you, but the source and the creator of all things is by definition an artist. All the different flowers, all the different hues of human beings. He has created all of us just for the fun of it, for free expression. When we practice that, we are becoming more godlike in our way of being. So for me, that looks like maybe playing music, playing my keyboard, playing guitar, or maybe writing a poem. And these aren't things I put any pressure on myself to necessarily show someone. I'm not being hypercritical of myself. I'm just allowing energy to flow from within out. Now, my third tip would be to read conscious books. There's been lots of research on how reading shifts the chemistry of your brain, and I definitely find that to be true. But it's also true that the higher frequency of books that you read, the more powerful of an impact it's going to have. So if you're intentional about what you're taking in, you're going to have a more fulfilling life experience. A lot of times people think about their diet as just what they're eating food-wise, but your diet is anything you're taking into your consciousness. So that's not only food, but also the media you read, the music that you listen to, and the television that you watch. Books aren't as invasive as maybe like a television show because you're just processing the information and there's still silence. And I feel like silence is the language of the soul, the language of the divine. But you still get your perspective shifted, and hopefully you're taking in something that can elevate your mind and open up your heart chakra. Shout out Landro. I want to give you one bonus tip because this is also a very powerful tool, and it's called pranayama. Now, this is referencing what I was saying earlier about the conscious breathing. Pranayama means breath control. So there's all these different ways of breathing, whether it's breathing through one nostril or pumping your navel very intensely while you're breathing, that are gonna cause different physiological and psychological and energetic effects in the body. When you learn a little bit of these techniques and dedicate even 1 or 2 minutes a day, you're gonna start to feel your body get more energetic and you will become more magnetic. I can imagine that if you've never heard of these things before, then they can be kind of foreign and perhaps even overwhelming. But you can start small. You can start with 1 minute of meditation, which is maybe breathing with your eyes closed. You can start with 1 minute of pranayama. You can start with 1 or 2 minutes of creating and just build up. Maybe the first week you're doing 5 minutes and the next week you're trying it for 10 minutes total. And you're just creating more space for you to connect with and embody your authentic self. So if what I'm talking about here is piquing your interest and you want to dive even deeper into creating your own unique infinite energy rising ritual, which is what I like to call morning routines, check out this video right here and I think you'll really enjoy it. Thanks for being here.